everyone. Today's look is a retro look updated. Think Marilyn Monroe, but current day. So more of a glowy look. A couple prep steps. I started my eyebrow and I used Lingering Brow Pencil by MAC. For my eyelids, I used Too Faced Shadow Insurance as my first base. And then above that, I used matte paint in Bare Canvas. I use two bases because I have oily eyelids. I cut my lips with Korres lip butter, and this one is in Jasmine. So, you put that on while you're doing the rest of your makeup, and by the time you get to your lips, they're nice and hydrated. And let's start with the eyes. The first eyeshadow I'm using on my lid is by MAC, and it is called Naked Lunch. That's Naked Lunch. It's a really popular color for MAC. It's like a flesh-toned pink, but with a little bit of shimmer to it. So we're just going to take that with a flat shader brush. So just apply that all over the lid, the Naked Lunch. So today's brow highlight, it's Vanilla by MAC. And this color, it's, I believe it's a satin, which means it has a little bit of shimmer to it. It's not a completely matte shade. So just swirl that, and I'm using a crease brush. This one's by MAC, and it is a 224. And just go right under that brow bone. Next is your crease, and I'm starting off with a bridge color. This just kind of helps things blend out better, and it just kind of gives the look a little bit more definition. So for that, I'm using the MAC right here. It's called Wedge, and I'm using a Sonia Kashuk crease brush. So just go all the way through the crease. For our crease color, we're going to use Cork. It's a well-loved medium tone brown, and I'm using more of an angled crease brush. If you don't have it more, tapered, you can see the tip is tapered. If you don't have that, you can use a more rounded brush like the 224, that's fine. And what you want to do is kind of shade in your eyelid a little bit with the Cork, and then go into the crease. So just start fanning it in a little bit on your eyelid, and then take it into your crease. Then go higher into the crease. And we're going to move into the liquid liner. I am using my very favorite MAC Superslick liquid liner in On the Hunt. Give it a little shake. Can you see we're making two lines and then highlighting through the middle. So what I do is start going across the lid, and then for my wing, my first wing, I stop midway here and then start on this side and just kind of draw an angled line like that, and then make it at that point just draw back toward. Okay, so while we're waiting for that to dry, which really doesn't take that long, we are going to do our lower lash line. We're keeping this look really open, bright-eyed. So the first one I'm using is by Makeup Forever. It is an Aqua Eyes pencil. This number is called 23L, and it is a champagne shade. You can see that. And we're just putting that directly under the lower lash line. And as you can see, there's a little pop going on. To blend that out, I'm using my new favorite brush, which is a smudger brush by MAC. It is a 228. And we're just going to pull that color a little bit. So you just kind of sweep it across. Next, we're using an eyeliner by MAC called Fascinating. It is an eye kohl. It is a stark white to open the eye up. So put that in your waterline. Just go directly across. And you can see the eye opened up a bit more. Now, I have buggy eyes, so it's not always in my best interest to, you know, highlight underneath because that just makes them protrude more. But sometimes I like to, so I just do it anyway. The liquid liner has dried, and we're going to draw our second line with the liquid liner. If you're doing this with gel liner, just use an angled brush. For your second line, you're going almost under the connector point of your lashes, so beneath there, and you're going to draw the line going outward and then connect it back toward the middle. While that's drying, let's move on to the rest of the face. I moisturize with my Target Up and Up moisturizer for oily skin. It's also for acne prone skin. Under my eyes, I use the Garnier Skin Renew. I don't know how I feel about this just yet. I use it and it definitely brightens under my eyes, I will say that. And over it, I use the Eve Pearl Salmon Concealer Treatment. This is in the shade Light Medium. So I use that bottom shade, that peachy color, to brighten up the blue tones under the eyes. And then the concealer, which is my one shade lighter than my skin tone, I use that on top. So I did that. For foundation, I use the Covergirl Nature Luxe. It's a dewy foundation, and we want to glow with this look. My shade is Maple, and what I did was I mixed this color with Copacabana illuminator. So I pretty much put a little bit of the Covergirl on my hand, and then put 2 drops of the Nars illuminator in, mixed it together, and then applied it to the skin using a skunk brush. This one's by MAC. Let's go back to the eyes. What I'm doing is taking that beloved smudger brush and going back in with that shade Vanilla. And I'm just shading between the 2 lines I created. That kind of pulls the look out and keeps the look open. So just go right in between. You see that? And then take a soft blending brush, this matte 224, and just blend it out. Because you want to see it, but you don't want it to be so stark. Now that we've done that, you just give the lashes a pump, and we're going to throw on some mascara. And for this look, I'm using CoverGirl Lash Blast. Okay, so back to the face. For my cheeks, I'm using the Makeup Forever HD Blush. This shade is number 4. I've been using this a lot. I really like it. So just put a little pump of it on your hand. You need a tiny, tiny bit. It is a nice, neutral, fleshy cheek shade. And then what I like to do is take 2 fingers, like these 2, and just dab it in the color. And then smile and blend it into the cheeks. From the back of the ear forward. We're going to do a little more highlight. I'm using the MAC Pearl Cream Color Base, and you just take it down the nose, above the cheek, where you just did your flushed pink coming from within the skin blusher, and then I just put a little bit above the lips. I'm using the MAC Sheen Supreme lipstick for my lips. It's a glossy lipstick. I'm not using any lip liner for this. This color is called Insanely It, and it's more of a hot. And if you want, you could go over. But yeah, that's the look. Very glowy. It's very quick and easy to do. You know, a lot of these steps you could probably do with your hands if they're clean. You know, that would be fine. But it's very easy to do. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. Please comment, rate, subscribe. I'd love to hear from you. And thanks so much. Bye.